Hello everybody, in this video I want to talk about the differences between the PlayStation VR2, which was announced officially today, CES 2022, and the Oculus Quest 2, or should I say Meta Quest 2. We need to keep in mind, of course, that the first PlayStation VR, by the way, was released more than 5 years from now. It was announced on September 15th, 2015, and released on October 13th, 2016. The Quest 2 was announced on September 16, 2020, and was released on October 13, 2020. All right, so basically, like 4 years difference between the original PSVR and the Oculus Quest 2. Now, we don't have a release date for the PlayStation VR 2 yet, but we can expect it to come in 2022. But again, no official release date. Now, keep in mind that we don't have all the information, and if you think I'm inaccurate in something, let me know in the comment section below, or if you want to add anything new, let us know in the comment section below as well. So first of all, let's talk about the display. All right, we can see clearly that the PlayStation VR2 has a higher resolution per eye compared to both the PlayStation VR, the original one, and the Quest 2. It's not a huge difference, but it's higher resolution nonetheless. Now, the thing is that the PlayStation VR has all a display, whether the Quest 2 has an LCD. Now, keep in mind that we don't know the exact technology, how it differs from the original one, but we can expect it to be better considering the fact that the PlayStation VR 2 now supports HDR. So we can expect to have higher brightness and probably higher contrast, and matter just a better panel overall. But again, we don't have the exact information about the hardware specification of this OLED display. What we know is that same as the PSVR and now also same as the Quest 2, this display will also support 120 Hz and 90 Hz. For the Quest 2, it added later on in a firmware update, so it's still kind of categorized as experimental, but it is available. Yeah, so this is regarding the display, and we also we need to look at the field of view. So basically, the PSVR2 should have a lead here with 110 degrees diagonal field of view. Now, regarding tracking, the PSVR2 will have built-in inside-out tracking, same as the Quest 2. So no need for kind of outside tracking cameras. Everything works just out of the box, and this is great. The Quest 2 is a mobile VR headset. You can take it anywhere and use it, by the way, untethered or tethered. And this leads me to talk about the connectivity, of course. So from what we know right now, PSVR will be a console-powered VR, so you will be required to connect it to the console. It won't be like where you have all the hardware embedded inside the headset like the Quest 2, which can work tethered or untethered. The Quest 2 can operate in two modes. Either you connect it to a PC, a VR-ready PC, and it will can play PC VR games or apps, or you can just use it without any cables and it will just work on the headset itself. So the thing is, of course, the main advantage is that when you're using the Quest 2, you can just carry it and use it any way you like. Don't need to connect it to any other machine, and of course this reduces the cost because you just need to buy the headset and you don't need actually to buy a PC, unless you want, of course, to try out high graphic fidelity and specific apps that are not available on the Quest 2, and you want to try them out. You need to buy the Oculus VR Link cable or one third-party one, and you need to have a PC, VR-ready PC, and then you can connect it and enjoy PC VR content on your Quest 2 headset. And you probably already know there are some apps and games that are available for both the PC VR and the Quest 2 version. And the PC VR version, some of them, of course, have better graphic fidelity, and some maybe advanced more features because of the power of the PC compared to the power of the Quest 2. For example, Demeo, I play both on the Quest 2 and on the PC. And the PC, of course, have more kind of a beautiful looking visuals, high quality textures, just look more beautiful in general. And of course, some games will actually run in higher frame rate as well. Of course, the PlayStation 5 was designed also with the PSVR 2 in mind. This means that it will be fully optimized for the headset, and so we can expect very high quality virtual reality experiences running on this headset as well, compared again to a PC experience. Now we don't know if down the road there will be something that will connect remotely the PSVR 2 to the PS5. We don't know. We don't have any information about that. But I expect it to just be a tethered experience. The thing is that when you get used to the Quest 2 without cables, it's just such a great experience because you are really free of the cable. You don't need to worry a cable running around your leg. So it's great. But sometimes I do play connected with the cable. It's a long cable, and if you have space and stuff, and even it's connected to a PC, it's not a big deal. By the way, most of the time, you just stand still and just kind of rotate around. You're not really kind of running in place or anything. So in most VR experiences and games, it's fine even with a cable. Another thing I need to tell you that we don't really have information. We know about the connectivity that is going to connect with USB Type-C. Now, from what I understand right now, it's going to be connected directly to the PlayStation 5, but I don't know if there's be something in between, kind of a proxy, maybe a box that you need to connect. I don't know. Nothing is mentioned, so this led me to believe that it will be a direct connection. If so, that would be great. But again, we don't have the design, how it looks like, and the overall parts of the PlayStation VR2 headset. So we can't really tell for sure. But from what I can see right now, from what I've read, it seems like that's how it's going to be. But I'm not 100% sure. What I do know is that Sony did simplify this. So definitely it will be less of a hassle to connect the headset to the PlayStation 5 compared to how it is with the PlayStation VR, the first one. Now with the PlayStation VR, remember that we needed a camera, right? Now again, remember, inside-out tracking, built in, same as the Quest, no need for anything else. Work straight out of the box. Now, one of the great features, by the way, available on the PlayStation VR 2 is built-in eye tracking. Now, this is amazing. First of all, what it does is basically track your eyes, where you are looking at. I experienced something like that with Instagram filters that I made. There's an API that can actually track your eyes. So basically, there'll be an API available for developers so they can actually track the direction where users are looking at and just create something around that. For example, a character interaction where you're looking away of the character, it will interact with you differently compared if you look at it directly. You can also use it for advanced UI navigation as well, based on eye tracking. Of course, I won't get too much into it. There are so many ways you can actually use it in games, and of course, developers will come up with some very creative ideas. The thing is that when you have eye tracking and we have foveated rendering as well, the eye tracking can be used to improve performance by actually making sure that content that user is not focusing at will be with less details. All right, for example, if you look straight right now at your screen, what you see in your peripheral vision is kind of a blurry, right? Because your eyes are focused on what actually in front of you. Now, of course, we're not always looking at the front. We can actually look at with our eyes a different direction, and we still see things in focus because we are looking at a certain direction. So basically, it works the same way. So if you're going to look at the certain direction, other content in other areas will appear in less details. Of course, we don't care because you see what you see in front of where you're looking at should be sharp. Same in real life, more or less. The other thing is that the Quest 2 does have fixed foveate rendering, but it's fixed. So basically, it's just at the center of the frame, and things at the edges won't appear sharp. And you can play with this. By the way, there's a way to play with this with ADB command in SideQuest to reduce it or just disable it entirely. So the combination of the two, and considering the fact that it's going to run, of course, on a PlayStation 5 hardware, can lead to a really high quality VR experiences with very high visual fidelity, because you can even optimize furthermore and create high quality looking VR experiences with that runs also in very good frame rates. Now, there's also feedback, by the way, on the PSVR2 regarding haptics. I first asked myself, why do we need on the headset? We need feedback, and basically, there's a research about that that this helps to actually combat motion sickness when when moving, when smooth movement, and also help to increase realism. Now, these two usually we find, especially the eye tracking, we find usually on enterprise headsets. And in fact, the PlayStation VR2, if I'm not wrong, is the first consumer headset to have eye tracking feature. Now, I have no doubt that when the Oculus 3 comes, we're going to see this as well. But again, as for now, the Quest 2 doesn't have it. All right, so only the PlayStation VR. Same goes to the feedback as well. Now, it might sound something not like a big deal, but you need to understand that for many people, this is very, very important. Many people just don't touch VR at all, or just skip at so many apps because they suffer from motion sickness. I personally don't suffer from it. I mean, not as I thought I would, but again, trying to use different type of tech in order to optimize the VR headset for better, more comfortable experience. That's the key for success of the headset itself. Again, because you can just lose customers, but just not having those type of optimizations. But how well it will be, well, we need to wait and see. I mean, not just myself, but we need to wait for many, many people trying this out and see how they feel regarding comfort and motion sickness with this upcoming new headset. Now, keep in mind that Sony already talked about the next generation of VR on PlayStation back in February 23rd, 2021 on the PlayStation blog. But again, this was kind of rough details. We don't really add as much detail as we have now, especially when it comes to hardware specifications. I want also to add something about they talk about the sensory on their blog, and I'm just going to quote here. First of all, they mentioned 3D audio, and they mentioned and again, I'm quoting now, and the sensory feature that amplifies the sensations of in-game actions from the player. It's created by a single built-in motor with vibration that add an intelligent tactile element, bringing players closer to gameplay experience. Now, again, they don't mention here anything regarding motion sickness and stuff, but this is something I read, so it's not something they mention on the blog, but I guess this might also probably one of the reasons, but it's not actually mentioned on the blog. They mentioned kind of, just enhancing the gameplay experience, although the research that I read also mentioned that it enhances realism and immersion. So again, it might do both. Now, regarding audio, the official specs mentioned, and I'm just going to quote the line, audio input, built-in microphone, output, stereo headphone jack. So based on what I read here, I don't see anything that mentions any built-in headphones. And although TechRadar mentioned built-in headphones, there's nothing anywhere that I found that actually mentioned it. So maybe we just have the option to connect other stereo headphones via the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, and we just work with any other headset with this connector. But I haven't heard about anything. And I think if Sony, if the PlayStation VR2 had this feature, it should have been listed, right? This is like a big thing. So, but it's not. It's absolutely not. So if you know anything about it, let us know in the comment section below. Now, the PSVR2 also will be compatible with the PlayStation VR2 Sense controller, which from what I've read is going to be even better compared to the Quest 2 ones. It will feature adaptive triggers, haptic feedback, similar to the DualSense controller. So it borrows some of these technologies. Also features finger touch detection, and it looks really cool. It will work with built-in lithium-ion rechargeable battery, which I know many of you don't like the Quest 2 because it's battery, because compartment, because it's hard to pull off. Many people have the issue with this. So now we have a rechargeable battery. I think many people will be happy about that. And you could have a USB Type-C port probably for charging. So overall, even the controller looks better than the one on the Quest 2. The Quest 2. So if you look at all the overall features, and again, there are some features we haven't announced yet, right? So we need to wait and see. We don't know the weight, we don't know the ergonomics, we don't know how it looks. So there are plenty of things that we don't know about. So we can't really come to a fast conclusion. But overall, as it looks like, PSVR2 looks like the real next-gen headset. And looks better compared to the Quest 2. Although again, the Quest 2 does have the advantages of being completely mobile, and of course, it will be replaced not far from now with the Quest 3. But again, we don't know anything about the Quest 3, but of course we can expect it to be much better than this, because this is the focus of Facebook. They dropped the Rift and now focusing only on the Quest. So definitely it's going to be like a really, really good VR headset. And Facebook is great in innovating when it comes to technologies, and I'm sure that will put something very unique and interesting in the next Quest headset. Maybe some features that are not even available for the PlayStation VR2. But this is just competition, and it's great. So we need to wait and see what the Quest 3 will be. So again, it's not really kind of fair comparing the PSVR2 to the Quest 2. But again, one headset wasn't released yet. We don't have all the information. The other one was released, but again, was already released like a few years ago, and we know all the available features. Nonetheless, if you have the PlayStation 5, well, great, because you can enjoy PlayStation VR2. Some people actually prefer, for example, buying the PlayStation 5 compared to the Xbox Series X because they really wanted to enjoy PlayStation VR. And you don't have to pay, of course, for a PC here. You just need to buy the headset. What about the price? Again, we don't know yet. What about scalpers? How are they going to make our life miserable when it comes to that? We need to wait and see. But on paper, it looks like a very promising system, and I can't wait to try it out once we can. One last thing, I want to talk about games. Now, I'm sure there are going to be plenty of exclusive games for this headset, and this is one reason to own it, aside from owning the PlayStation 5 and enjoying its exclusive non-VR games. We also heard about an upcoming game, and this is, by the way, confirmed. So this is a game called Horizon Call of the Mountain from Guerrilla and Firesprite. Both are Sony studios, by the way, which already revealed they for PSVR2. And if you like Horizon Zero Dawn, well, you are here for a treat, which is great. Again, those will be exclusives for the PSVR2. I don't think we're going to see those coming to PC anytime soon. Of course, Sony will want to sell many of these headsets, so you're going to see quite a few of them. And I think at launch as well, probably maybe 2, 3 exclusives of maybe 3 is too much stress. Hopefully 2 and 3. I mean, Sony needs to do this. Come on, if you want to buy it, we need some good exclusive, right? We don't want to play the same thing that we play from, I don't know, on the Quest 2 and PC. But of course, there are going to be third parties as well that will be released probably, a bit later on. So this is why I think that we're going to see quite a few of exclusive, maybe 2 or 3 coming to PSVR. I don't know, actually even more. I don't know. But again, considering the fact that it will be a new headset, people want to play many games on it, probably going to see, quite a few of them. But again, who knows? Yeah, so this is it. So overall, considering everything we've said and done, I think that the PSVR 2 definitely going to be a much more interesting headset to look forward to and play games on compared to the Quest 2. I already own the Quest 2, by the way, and of course the Quest 2 is going to get cheaper and cheaper until the replacement comes. I really love it. I love that it's actually mobile. I really enjoy playing it. I like connecting to the PC and enjoying PC VR as well. But I'm looking to the exclusives, PlayStation VR games that are going to come from Sony Studios. And this is actually great because finally we're going to see AAA companies actually investing in VR games. We're going to see more and more of these games. This is something that kind of missing for me on the Quest and PC on the PC. I just want to see more high quality VR games available. And I think that once the PlayStation VR2 is released, we're going to see this. I'm not saying that there aren't, of course, on the PC. There are. But I think considering the hardware and Sony Studios and exclusives, I think we're going to see quite a lot of high quality VR games available for this new headset. So this is it. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you do, please consider leaving a like and subscribe. I'll see you soon, very soon on the next video. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye-bye.